Hello everyone, welcome to Skincare with Hyram. If you don't know who I am, my name's Hyram and I'm passionate about teaching you how to perfect your skincare routine. So make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you can see my videos every single week. So, I took a nap today, as one does, because I had to wake up at 4 a.m. to work. And you know that thing when someone makes a mistake and they learn from that mistake and they change their behavior so they don't do it again? My dumbass needs to learn how to do that when it comes to setting an alarm, because I set my alarm for 6:45 p.m. And guess who the f*** actually set an alarm for 6:45 a.m.? This dumbass. And I have done that more times than I can count. I don't know why I can't just learn. And so now I accidentally push filming to the last minute and I'm going to be late for a meeting. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about some of my favorite nighttime moisturizers. Now, I'm really excited for this because if you guys have watched a bunch of my videos, you know that nighttime skincare routines is like... Okay, that was a little weird. What was that? I love nighttime routines because it's really when you can take care of your skin, focus on repairing it, really get that deep moisture and hydration. It's just the best. Daytime routines are more focused on just preventing damage that comes. Nighttime routines is where you get to bust out the goodies and go to town. And I don't really recall recently making an entire video dedicated to nighttime moisturizers, so I figured, why not now? So I have 6 moisturizers here in front of me that I'm ready to share. So let's get into it. This video is also sponsored in part by First Aid Beauty, so make sure you stay tuned to learn more about that. So this is kind of a mixture of more recent loves with some of my tried and true favorites. So as I get into this, technically all of these moisturizers can be used in both the daytime and nighttime, but here's the reason why I like them for nighttime. I am someone who has really oily skin, so I do not have the luxury of being just able to choose any damn moisturizer that comes my way to use during the day. I have to be really picky and choose something super lightweight so I don't sweat my soul out. And unfortunately, I do buy a lot of moisturizers where I think it's going to be a much more lightweight texture. I get it, and I realize it's a lot heavier than I thought. But fortunately, that means I can use it overnight. I feel like a lot of people with oily skin are kind of scared to use richer moisturizers overnight, but here's the reason why you should. Nighttime is really when you should focus on repairing the moisture barrier, and a big part of that is getting as much moisture and hydration in your skin. Not only is this really going to help boost the health of your skin, because your skin needs a lot of moisture, if you have oily skin, it actually may be able to help reduce your oiliness throughout the day. When I started using richer, more occlusive moisturizers overnight to help prevent water loss, I noticed that my skin's oiliness throughout the day significantly decreased. And I think that's largely in part to the ability of richer moisturizers to trap in that water loss. Every single night, our skin goes through a process called transepidermal water loss, where we lose a bunch of water through our skin and it results in dryness, but it can also result in oiliness because your skin recognizes that it lacks hydration and moisture, so it starts overproducing sebum and oil to kind of compensate for that. And while it kind of works, you're gonna look like a greasy mess. And it's much better to use a good moisturizer, which is why you can use them overnight. So anytime that I have gotten a really rich moisturizer, I just sneak that little thing into my nighttime skincare routine and we're good to go. And pretty much all of these moisturizers are ones that I thought I was going to use during the day, but ended up really loving for nighttime. So if you're someone who has really dry skin, you can totally use any of these during the daytime and nighttime. My oily ass just prefers to use them at night. Let's first start with Honest Beauty, their Hydrogel Cream. Now, I was really excited to use this during the daytime because it says hydrogel, but little did I know that it was going to have a little bit more rich texture than I realized. Honest Beauty is a brand I love, and honestly one that I need to feature more on my channel because it's becoming really accessible. You can find them at pretty much any Target, I believe. I love the philosophy of the brand. They have so many good ingredients and so many fragrance-free formulas. And this is one that does have like a gel-like consistency to it, but it's definitely a cream. Like it's truly a cream. Oh my god, it's almost spilled that everywhere. I drank way too much coffee before this. Moisturize those hands. And so when I found that this moisturizer didn't really work for daytime, I was like, you know what if I tried using it for nighttime? And I ended up falling in love with this one. It's a really good formula. I like it because it's richer, but it's not so thick that I can't pair it with other like hydrating or moisturizing treatments. I'm typically someone who likes to use a good exfoliating treatment or a good barrier repair treatment. And sometimes when I use like a really richer serum, I don't want to be like loading up my face with a bunch of creams. And this one's a more lightweight one that can pair well with those treatments. And the ingredient list is great. I love this one. It's simple. You can find it at Target. Great product. And next we have today's video sponsor, First Aid Beauty. Thank you, First Aid Beauty, for sponsoring this video. If you guys have watched literally any of my videos, you will find First Aid Beauty scattered through all of them because they're just literally one of my favorite brands. I think when I made a video like ranking skincare brands or something like that, they were one of the top. I love First Aid Beauty. So many of their products just, they work so well. And I recently discovered this one, the Ultra Firming Collagen Cream. I have long talked about the Ultra Repair Cream. Where is that thing? Oh, there you are. This one right here, this is like my first moisturizer love that I think I ever used. I love this product because it helped repair the eczema within my hands, and it's great to use on the body and also on the face. But after a while, I found myself not using this as much for the face and using it more so for the body because it is a pretty rich consistency. First Aid Beauty came out with their Ultra Repair Firming Collagen Cream, and when I first saw this one, I was like, collagen? I'm a little bit skeptical. What do we have here? Because there is mixed data about whether topical collagen on the skin actually helps with aging, but I was more so intrigued by the rest of the formula because this has ingredients that help to naturally support collagen production within your skin. Ingredients like niacinamide, one of my favorites, peptides, and other really good moisturizing and hydrating agents. This one is so nice because initially it appears like a really rich texture, but when actually blended into the skin, it feels pretty lightweight. I've used this in the daytime before. I like it as a daytime moisturizer. I even recommend it a lot of times to people to use as a daytime moisturizer if you have normal skin, but my favorite thing is using this one overnight. Not only are those ingredients like niacinamide and peptides help to naturally support the process of collagen production within your skin, it also does a good job of preventing water loss, and it works alongside treatments or on its own, just depending on what you want. This is a moisturizer that I don't feel I have to isolate to only using by itself because it's too rich. It pairs well with other treatments, and even one that I'm going to mention later on, and I've switched to using this one on my body and this one on my face. Of course, it's fragrance free, it's dye free, it works well for sensitive skin. Actually, First Aid Beauty works particularly well for people who have really dry or eczema prone skin, and it's an awesome one. I'm a big fan of it. You can use it both morning and night to maximize those results. I'd say the consistency of this moisturizer works best for people who have normal to dry skin, but if you have more oily skin like me, that's where I would definitely recommend using this one overnight because that's where I've seen the best benefits. If you do want to get this moisturizer, it will be linked in the description box below. Thank you so much First Aid Beauty for sponsoring this video and for being a great brand that I love. And thank you guys as always for being supportive about my sponsorship so I can work with my favorite brands. Next up is one that I've talked about on my channel before. This one is no stranger. I've loved this moisturizer for a while. It is the Biossance Squalane and Omega Repair Cream. This one is really, really good and very simple. It primarily focuses on the benefits of squalane. Squalane is a really good oil for trapping in water loss, and it does a good job of matching the skin's needs to be able to moisturize just enough. And let me tell you, this one is thick. It is a very rich moisturizer, and I typically recommend this to people who have the driest skin, someone who really wants a thick cream. I've honestly recommended this as a dupe to La Mer if you're looking for a dupe for that. One of the main reasons I love it is, first of all, Biossance is a great company that uses innovative technology to formulate their products, and some of their products don't necessarily match with my philosophy, but overall, I really, really like the brand. And this is a high quality product. If you're someone who has really dry skin or really, really wants to boost moisture overnight, this is a good one to go with because it is very thick. You will get that moisture. I sometimes use this during the daytime on my dry cheeks, but typically I reserve this one for overnight because of how rich it is, because it's serious. Next up, we have a relatively recent find, and if you follow me closely, you will know well about this product, the e.l.f. Tranexamic Acid Night Treatment. Now, this one I initially wasn't sure about because I didn't have a good grasp of what the benefits of tranexamic acid are, but this is the one moisturizer in this collection that I would say is like a moisturizer and treatment in one. Tranexamic acid is an incredible ingredient for fading discoloration, hyperpigmentation, dark spots, acne scars, all those different issues that result in pigmentation. It's a good ingredient tolerated by all skin tones, and one of those ingredients that treats so many different things at once. Now, Hyram, why are you including it in your moisturizer video when it says treatment? Well, because this is kind of like a moisturizer and a treatment in one, like I said before, where you can use it either on its own or with a moisturizer, just depending on what you want. I've used it both ways. This one does a really good job of evening out my skin tone because I do struggle with certain parts of my skin being a little more dark or being a little bit more red because of additional sun exposure, like my nose. It is like a sundial on my face. It attracts all of the light. And I've actually used this product paired with some of the moisturizers in this video and also by itself. And I'd say this is a good one if you're looking for kind of a two-in-one product. I know there's some of you out there who are like, Hyram, I don't want a lot of skincare products. I want to keep it super, super simple. And I'd say this is a good product to go with if you're looking to kind of multitask. And if you do follow me closely, you will have known that this was included in my Changemaker kit with the Inky list. You guys were amazing and sold that shit out so fast. Way faster than we expected. And I know I said it multiple times on Instagram, but I just want to thank you guys again for the support in that kit because it was incredible, and the impact it has on empowering changemakers around the world is absolutely amazing. So thank you for what you did, but you can still get this product on its own. I'll have it linked down below. Oh, by the way, all the products that I'm talking about in today's video will be linked in the description box below. If you do want to support me or my channel, feel free to use those links. I do make a small commission that helps to support me, but no pressure whatsoever. They're just there if you want to use them or just browse. By no means, only shop if you have the means, no pressure whatsoever. Next is a moisturizer I haven't talked about in a while, but I still consistently use, and I would say it's the most luxury out of all the products in this video. I know I'm not really one for more luxury products, but this is definitely the most expensive. It is the Somerville Delicate Recovery Cream. I really like this one because not only is it super super moisturizing. It's definitely a rich consistency. It works well to calm redness and sensitivity, which is something I really struggle with. And sometimes when I just need to pull it back on my routine, this is a really good one to go with. This line from Somerville has really good soothing and repairing agents to help calm the skin down and reduce sensitivity. And the nice thing about this one is that you only have to use a little bit, which is why I think I justify the price point, because it does last a really long time, because I swear I only have to use a tiny bit and it spreads evenly across my skin. No issue. It is, like I said, luxury, but I do enjoy this one. And if you are looking for a little bit of a step up or a more luxurious experience, I do recommend this product. Next up, we have a product that I used to feature on my channel all the time, but I haven't recently talked about, although I still use it. The e.l.f. Happy Hydration Cream. Yes, this classic one. This one is such a good, basic, but great moisturizer. It has a richer consistency, so I don't really use it as much during the day, but I definitely use it at night, and has a good concentration of cannabis sativa seed oil, which is great for really deeply moisturizing the skin. And I'd say if you're someone who's kind of interested in entering the world of cannabis within skincare, I recommend this one. It's really enjoyable. It's very affordable. I'd say the texture is like a halfway point between the Inculist one and the Biossance one. It has a thicker consistency, but it's not super thick. Man, I wish you guys could actually like feel these consistencies rather than me trying to explain them, but it's like a lightweight whipped cream, but it definitely moisturizes a lot. You feel me? I'd say it's kind of opposite of the First Aid Beauty one, where that one appears to be really thick, but when you put it on your skin, you're like, oh, it's kind of lightweight. This one is Uno reverse card. It looks super lightweight, but when you put it on your skin, you're like, oh, moisture. Really good drugstore one I've always enjoyed. And then finally, we have the moisturizer that I could not leave out of this video because it is one of my favorites, the Skin Fix Barrier Lipid Peptide Cream. It took me so long to finally start using this product because I learned about it forever ago, but once I started using it, I was obsessed. This one is awesome. Every time I use it, when I wake up in the morning, I feel like my skin is rejuvenated, it looks moisturized, it looks refreshed. It is very thick, and I think that's one of the things that scared me a little bit about it. When I first applied it to my skin, I was like, oh my goodness, I feel like I'm gonna look so greasy when I wake up. But on the contrary, this helped my skin so much. I really enjoy it, and I feel like not that long ago, I really didn't see much representation of this moisturizer, but apparently it's now one of the top selling moisturizers at Sephora, so you guys love it, apparently, as I do too. Skin Fix is a great brand, really focused on deep moisture, eczema repair. It is a little bit more on the pricey side, but definitely well worth it based off the results I've seen, and I just couldn't leave it out of this video because I love this one so much. And those are all the moisturizers I recommend. What do you guys think? Have you used some of them? Have you been wanting to try some of them? Let me know in the comment section down below. I would love to hear your thoughts. These are just some of my favorites, some of the ones that I've enjoyed, but if you have any recommendations for moisturizers, I would absolutely love to hear them. I'm always on the lookout for new ones, even though I have far too many. The addiction's real. And yeah, I'm going to be late for my meeting, so I gotta bust ass getting on up because I've gone far too long. And if you guys haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel and to the notification bell so that you can see my videos every single week, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Mwah.